In today's video, we're going to take a look at how to record dual channel audio on the Sony a7S Mark III. I'm going to show you two cheap and affordable solutions for how to record two microphones simultaneously on the a7S III without having to use something like the K3M module that goes on the top of the camera. For those of you that are new around here, my name is Riley and I'm a documentary filmmaker that likes talking about everything from filmmaking and creativity to faith. I'm also someone that likes to shoot on Sony cameras. So if any of that interests you, be sure to subscribe and follow along. All right, let's dive in. The a7S III has a single 3.5mm microphone jack built into it. And that means that if you want to record multiple channels of audio, typically you're going to have to use something like the XLR K3M module that interfaces with the hot shoe on the top of the camera. Now, this is a great solution because it can give you up to 4 channels of audio input, but the drawbacks are that it costs you around $600 and, like I mentioned before, requires access to the top of the camera. Both solutions take advantage of the single 3.5mm microphone input built into the side of the camera. The first solution I'm going to talk about is this little cable from Hoya. Now, this is a stereo breakout cable, and what that means is it's going to split the left and right channels to be independent channels so that you have access to channel 1 and channel 2 that you see on the display on the back of the camera. Now, this is great because it allows you to attach something like a Rode video mic to have really good onboard sound for your filming, as well as something else like a wireless lavalier mic. Now, you could do any combination. You could record 2 wireless lavs, you could have 2 different types of mics, or you can do what I do pretty frequently, and that's to put a wireless lav on a subject and then to have a better onboard microphone to be able to have as a backup and to be able to record the ambiance and the sound going on around me. It's a great mobile run and gun setup, and it's one of my favorite ways to record for weddings and documentaries. I've done this a handful of times on various documentary projects in the Congo and Lebanon and Guinea-Bissau as well. I'll leave a link to this little cable in the description below. It's pretty affordable and you can find it for under 20 bucks. Now, the only real major drawback to this setup is that you don't have independent control of each of the channels. So if you need to raise or lower the volume or the gain on one of the channels, it affects both of the channels at the same time. So for me, the workaround to this is to try to dial in the gain on your microphones, if your microphone allows it, to where they're approximately roughly the same sensitivity. So for me, with a Sennheiser wireless lavalier pack, I'm able to adjust the gain on the lavalier mic to be an approximation to my onboard video mic. And what this means is that when I need to raise or lower the volume on the lavalier mic, I probably need to do the same thing for the onboard mic. And I'm able to raise or lower the gain in camera with the preamps that are built into the camera, and it's pretty close. That's, for me, has been the lowest profile and the easiest solution to work around that. Now, if you really need independent control over your audio channels and something like the Hoya cable just isn't going to cut it for you, then the next solution that I have is something like this, the Saramonic SmartRig. Now, this little device has 2 XLR inputs on the top. It has 2 knobs on it that allow you to control the sensitivity of each of the microphone inputs, as well as a switch to be able to mix down both of your channels into a mono signal if that's what you want. And it also has built-in phantom power if that's something that you need as well. It's small and light and can attach to your tripod, your monopod, or your cage, depending on what your needs are. It's definitely something that's nice to have in your audio bag if you need a little bit more control over each of the audio channels and you don't want something big and bulky like the XLR K3M on the top of the camera. It's going to run you about $130, and I will leave a link to it in the description as well. Both of these are pretty cheap and easy solutions that I have in my camera bag. I take both of them on every wedding I shoot, every documentary I produce, and it's great to be able to have some small and low profile options to be able to record with both channels of audio on the a7S III. Let me know in the comments section below what you are doing to record audio on the a7S III. I would love to hear what solutions you've come up with and what's working well for you. And as always, I would love it if you would consider hitting the like button below, as well as consider subscribing. It really is the best way to help me support this channel. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.